Chapter 18 Arboreal Awakening. Donna Ecclusia, I name you the new maiden of the great tree. May you guide your subjects with wisdom, using the gift of your divine essence. The words of the anointment ceremony kept echoing in Donna's head. It's been 2 days since her inauguration, and weeks since she'd learned that she was going to be the one. But she still couldn't get over her disbelief. She, Donna Ecclusia, the girl who always got into trouble and caused so many problems for her superiors, had been named the spiritual leader of the realm, equal in standing to the queen herself. Barely out of her teens, she didn't feel old enough to fill the shoes of the previous maiden, who was now off to enjoy her well-deserved retirement, or to shoulder this kind of a responsibility. But being chosen had always been her dream, and now that it had come true, she was going to do everything in her power to help her people. The main temple hall looked magnificent, a giant domed space inlaid with elaborate patterns of terracotta tiles. With the anointment ceremony over, the place had been cleared of all extra decorations, leaving only a ring of sculptures that sat on pedestals around the center of the hall, each depicting a mythical creature from Eternian lore. A small group of handmaids stood on the side of the long walkway leading to the center of the hall, their plain green dresses a welcoming patch of normalcy among all the pomp. Their gazes followed Donna as she walked toward them. They probably didn't realize that the place where they stood, near a columned gallery at the side of the hall, had a unique echo. Anyone underneath the central dome could hear every word they said as clearly as if they were nearby. "Donna, the new maiden," one girl said. "Can you believe it?" "A breath of fresh air," another girl responded earnestly. "Looks like our seniors finally got something right." "I don't know." The girl next to her cast a disapproving glance at Donna's distant shape. "I never expected a troublemaker like Donna would be chosen." "But Donna..." "It should have been Olga. Everyone assumed it would be her, but then the old maiden..." "Hush, you two, she's coming." The handmaids paused their chatter and bowed in formal greeting. Donna nodded in response. She didn't mind their doubts. She had been just as surprised to be chosen. But their reverence, the way all conversations paused at her approach, were among the many things she was having trouble getting used to in her new station. The idea of people bowing to her was difficult to accept. A tall, thin girl of about her age stood waiting in the center of the hall, a page of finely written text in her hand. Handmaid Alter, her handler for today. Of course, the temple seniors would never leave Donna unattended for her first major ritual as the Maiden of the Great Tree, the inaugural ceremony of Arboreal Awakening. "Your schedule, Lady Donna," Alta spoke with her eyes lowered, a novelty from only 2 days ago. Donna sighed. "You can look at me directly, Alta, and thank you for keeping me so organized." Alta's eyelids trembled as she slowly raised her gaze to Donna's face. Her eyes were blue. Strange how in only 2 days Donna already felt in danger of forgetting it. "Your Eminence," Alta said, "I hope you are enjoying the ceremonies?" Donna shook her head. Alta knew her well enough not to ask a question like this. "I'm doing my best," she said truthfully. Alta's gaze wavered, the only sign of sympathy Donna was probably going to get all day. "We will be departing for the Great Valley shortly, Maiden. Everyone's gathering near the mountain gate. Advisor Argonada told me make sure to escort you, but..." She glanced over her shoulder, as if afraid of being overheard. "We still have plenty of time. If you'd rather make your own way there..." Donna nodded gratefully. Being alone for a few minutes to gather her thoughts was something she'd been craving since her inauguration. "Thank you, Alta," she said. "I'll meet you out there soon." She took a long way through the temple hallways. Secretly, she hoped to run into Sarai and Olga. She hadn't had a chance to be alone with her friends since the inner council of the temple seniors had shocked everyone by announcing Donna as the maiden's successor, so she didn't even know their reaction to the news. Did Sarai approve? Was Olga upset about not being selected? Donna felt bad for her friend, who everyone, including Donna, had assumed would be chosen. But none of it mattered now. It was done, and she was going to perform her duties to the best of her ability. She made her way to the exit, but stopped at the side of a little girl in one of the side passages, about 11 or so, dressed in a short off-the-shoulder tunic that draped loosely around her slim form. Her hair had a curious tint, pink, as if sprayed with strawberry juice. Donna paused, looked at the girl curiously. A new trainee? Not likely. Her outfit looked nothing like the temple clothing. A pilgrim? A bit too young to travel here alone. Besides, this area was off-limits to visitors, yet the girl seemed at home in the maze of service passages, as if strolling through her own backyard. "Can I help you?" Donna asked. "Ah!" The girl giggled. "I've been caught." Curiously, she didn't look in the least bit worried, as if being caught in a restricted area of the temple was a hilarious game. "Are you playing hide-and-seek?" Donna asked. "Well," the girl pouted, "no one here to play with, really. I was just curious how long it was going to be before someone noticed me. You win this one, lady." Donna sighed. It was indeed lucky that she had been the one to find this girl, not, say, someone like Advisor Argonauta. If you get caught playing in here, a really scary lady will get mad at you. The girl pursed her lips. "Oh, fine." She looked at Donna sideways. "At least I got to meet the maiden everyone's been talking about. I guess I'll head back for today." "You know who I am?" Donna felt surprised. She wasn't wearing any of her official regalia, or even a proper temple robe for that matter. In this outfit, no outsider should be able to recognize her. The girl laughed. "Good luck on your trial, Lady Donna." Before Donna could ask any more questions, she turned and skipped away, along the hallway, humming a song on the way, Saren Garden. Donna's heart quivered. Mother used to sing it to her when she was little. Had this girl learned it from her own mother, too? Only after the girl disappeared behind the bend of the hallway did Donna realize that she had forgotten to ask the girl if she was lost and needed help finding her way out. She hurried after her, but the child was gone. Two clerics stood beside an open doorway, arguing. "I still can't believe the council chose Lady Donna." One of them, whom Donna recognized as Cleric Sienna, said, "After all the problems she's caused, she's bound to mess things up. Lady Olga is much more." She broke off as she saw Donna, color rising into her cheeks. Her companion bowed and hurried out of sight. Lady Donna." Cleric Sienna looked miserable. Please forgive me." Donna smiled. Cleric Sienna was a zealous woman who worked closely with Advisor Argonauta. It stood to reason that she would disapprove of Donna being chosen. No surprise there. "It's all right," she said. "Everyone around here is talking about this. To tell you the truth, I'm just as surprised as you are, and—" She stepped closer. "It would really help me do a better job if more people were as honest as you." Thank you, Your Eminence." Sienna looked stunned as Donna walked by. Outside, Cleric Cecile was waiting at the start of the passage leading off to the mountain gate. Clearly, Alta's lenience had been discovered, and the temple seniors had chosen a more reliable messenger to ensure Donna was delivered safely to her destination. She hoped Alta wasn't in trouble. "Lady Donna," Cecile said, "Advisor Argonauta asked me to make sure we go over the details of the ritual." "Of course she did." I wonder how the temple seniors, who ultimately chose Donna as the supreme spiritual leader of Eternia over a bevy of highly suitable candidates, couldn't trust her to memorize a simple ritual. Cecile bowed, falling into stride by Donna's side. They were short on time now, which left no room to slow down for a conversation. "You did remember to bring the sapling, my lady, did you?" Cecile asked. Donna nodded, peeking into her shoulder bag where the tiny plant sat comfortably in its pack of soil. As the maiden, She would always have to carry a few of them around in her bag, but today she brought just one, the first one she'd ever planned in her new role. "Good," Cecile said. "After you and your followers arrive at the start of the path, you must travel down the Great Valley all by yourself. When you reach the bottom of the valley, you will see the hallowed grounds. You'll recognize the area by its fertile soil as well as by the prayer trees that have been planted by your predecessors. Choose a good spot, separate from the others. These trees grow slowly, but they do need space." Donna nodded. After all these instructions, she felt as if she knew the place already. "As soon as you finish planting the prayer tree sapling," Cecile went on, "you will offer prayer and then receive a vision of Eternia's future." She heaved a breath, steadying her voice. The guardhouse of the mountain gate loomed ahead of them. "With your excellent foresight, I'm sure you will receive a wonderful vision. Best of luck to you, Your Eminence. Blessings of the great tree be upon you." "Thank you, Cecile," Donna said. "I appreciate your guidance." She felt tempted to ask about Olga and Sarai, but didn't do it. By now it was clear that her friends were deliberately avoiding her. She sighed as she ascended the steps toward the gate's city overlook. The waiting crowd looked fit for a holiday gala, not for a mountain hike. Clerics, priestesses, members of the royal family, and higher-ranking citizens were all dressed in elaborate garments, accompanied by servants carrying packs with refreshments, umbrellas, and water jugs. Donna supposed all these comforts were essential so that no one would pass out from the heat, enabling them all to focus on the spiritual side of the mission. Yet she couldn't help wishing she could travel the trail alone, without all the pomp. She glanced again at the tree sapling, a tiny sprout peeking from its pack of soil inside her shoulder bag. It was hard to imagine this fragile thing would grow into a mighty tree one day. She smiled as she spotted a group of her recent fellow trainees at the side, Olga and Sarai in their midst. "Olga! Sarai!" Donna hurried over, then stopped abruptly as the entire group bowed to her. "Your Eminence," Olga said, "we are honored to bear witness as you perform the Arboreal awakening." "Thank you for allowing the former maiden candidates to be part of this," Sarai added. Donna's heart sank as she looked at her friends in disbelief. Was this how things were going to be from now on? Like the rest of the group, Olga and Sarai wore ceremonial robes adorned with the temple symbols. Their elaborate hair arrangements made them look so official. Donna's choice of regular clothing for this ceremony made her feel even more distant from all of them. They both kept their eyes lowered as they stood in front of her. "It's me," she said. "Donna, remember? You can stop acting so formally." Olga drew herself up, even though it seemed impossible for her to stand any straighter. "With all due respect, Your Eminence, you are not the same as before. You have pledged yourself to the great tree of origins. We must all conduct ourselves in a more dignified manner, as befits our stations." Donna looked at her curiously. Only Olga could make such a humble statement sound like a reprimand. "True," she said. Sarai's gaze wavered. "I hope it goes smoothly. Just remember, if you need anything, we won't be far." Warmth washed over Donna as she met her friend's eyes. At least Sarai hadn't changed toward her. Of course, unlike Olga, Sarai probably didn't consider herself undercut by Donna's appointment as the maiden. "Thank you, Sarai," she said. The temple clerics joined their essence to instantly transport the entire party to the large clearing on the southern slopes of the mountain. The path to the hallowed grounds wound away on its far end. Doubts overwhelmed Donna as she looked over the crowd lining up in the glade to face the sacred path. Would the sapling take root? Would she receive a vision? Would it foretell prosperity and peace for the kingdom of Eternia? She tried to catch Olga's and Sarai's gazes, but they were both looking away, blending with the waiting crowd. Dear spirits, was being the maiden always going to feel this lonely? Well, here goes. She turned her back to them, and faced the hallowed grounds, raising her arms, feeling the sounds behind her die down into absolute stillness. The weight of everyone's gazes felt almost like a physical burden. Another thing she was going to have to get used to, being the center of attention. Her victories and defeats always in the public spotlight. She raised her voice, filling it with power that reverberated deeply over the hollow space. I am Donna. I have answered the call of the great tree of origins and offered myself to become its appointed maiden. I stand ready to undergo my trial, so that Eternia may receive blessings everlasting. O great tree, O maidens past, please let your strength wash over me. Let the arboreal awakening commence. Silence lingered for another long moment. Then the crowd rustled behind her with murmurs of approval. It was as if something important had just happened. Donna set her foot on the path that wound down the rocks toward the hallowed grounds. The path looped through a narrow crevice and over a rocky slope, descending steadily. Wind howled past as she picked her way, threatening to blow her off balance and into the gorge below. Ahead, a flat area spread in a near-perfect circle, surrounded by a partially destroyed stone wall, crumbling away under a heavy layer of ivy. Prayer trees rose here and there, planted by other maidens. The largest one in the distance looked many centuries old, but the closest one seemed recent, still a youngling, probably planted by Donna's predecessor. A certainty she didn't fully understand guided her to the edge of the circle, where a narrow canyon separated the area from the foothills beyond, cascading to the distant sea. She dug a small hole and lowered the prayer sapling into it, then knelt beside it and concentrated, calling in the essence. The vision consumed her without warning. She saw a meadow overlooking the sea, much closer to the water than the one she was kneeling in. Butterflies fluttered over a lush carpet of grass and flowers. A bird circled high above in the clear blue sky. Calm sea stretched toward the horizon. Such a peaceful image. Just as suddenly, the day shifted into night. The moon shone through a ripple of dark clouds. Thunder rolled overhead. Rain lashed her face. Or was it the sea? She tasted salt on her lips. A wave rose up to meet her, rolling over her, dragging her away. The land disappeared, water closing over her head. She kicked toward the surface, but the sea was more powerful, dragging her down again, tumbling her as she sank into the depths. The world submerged into darkness. Donna, are you all right? Donna gasped and opened her eyes. She felt as if she were still drowning, as if she couldn't possibly draw a breath. As the vision cleared, she saw faces watching her in concern. Olga, Sarai. Dear spirits, did I just have a blackout? She blinked, forcing her mind back to reality. She was in the mountain glade again, standing at the entrance to the sacred path. She didn't remember getting here from the hallowed grounds. What did you see? Cecile demanded. Donna heaved a few breaths, steadying her voice. A beautiful, sunlit meadow. The sea. She paused. In truth, she had no idea what she'd seen. But now, with all eyes on her, she had no right to express doubt, to alarm all these people who gathered here in a celebratory mood to hear the good news. I saw a vision of a calm, beautiful ocean, she announced. A pause. Then members of the royal family started to clap, and the rest joined in. How wonderful, a senior priestess said. A calm ocean is a symbol of peace and prosperity. Surely Eternia will know peace in your time, Lady Donna. Donna kept her smile, hoping her face betrayed none of the confusion she felt. What was that strange vision? And why did it feel as if she had just witnessed a true event, one that would definitely come to pass?